Welcome everybody to the losers bracket, or the elimination bracket as I think I would prefer to call it, of the Star-Crossed Cup. This is going to be the very first game of the stream today. It's going to be 7 Sins versus Easy as Pie. And if we take a look at our layout, or our match today, we do have Soviets, double Soviets in the south base, and that's going to be 7 Sins playing as the Allies in game number 1. And we will have mixed axis up here in the north, with Easy playing as Oberkommando West, and Lethal Pie playing as Ostherr. We actually have Easy sending his truck here towards the strategic point, so something similar actually to a game from the opening brackets yesterday, and that was 7 Sins versus Is Kotu Good Yet. We had some very similar behavior there from the truck, so we'll see exactly where he's planning to set that up. It looks like he's actually using the truck to clear out these shot blocking fences, probably to set up that Raketenwerfer in that house and give it a better angle of fire, or even the MG34. Meanwhile, we do have Sturm Pioneers moving down here into this particular house, and they're taking shots at combat engineers trying to grab the fuel. And if we take a look here, we'll see that the Soviets are double teaming the right side, going very hard for that area. And Mr. Osa has gone sniper first, Kubel Jesus has gone Maxim first. So that sniper is going to be very dangerous for that Sturm Pioneer in the house to deal with. Fortunately, the first shot misses. Sniper has given away its position. Volksgrenadiers are moving up to flank, and they're not quite going to be able to get clear of that Maxim's arc, though. I think he may be forced to retreat. He does get suppressed there at max range. More Volksgrenadiers moving up over here. Meanwhile, no engagements happening yet on the left side. Pioneers capturing the fuel. Combat engineers going for the munitions. So as you can see, the Soviets are fighting very hard for this particular area. I think it's going to be difficult for the Axis to win this if they don't dedicate more forces over here. So it's pretty likely that they're just going to pull back, try and hold on to the center and left for now, while these Sturm Pioneers get vision from the house. Sort of surprised that that sniper's not firing more. Oh, there it goes. Only one kill on that sniper. I think it was a Sturm Pioneer. Raketenwerfer getting produced. And I think that this is a response actually to seeing that sniper. I think he suspects that a scout car is on the way, since he did go tier 1. But if we take a look, we will see conscripts coming in actually. And if he were going to get a scout car, he certainly hasn't yet. He went straight for 2 snipers, so I don't know if he's going to plan to do that or not. Still, the Raketenwerfer is a nice, safe purchase, I guess. But it will leave you really behind as far as manpower goes when you're trying to fight infantry. But of course, going really heavy into snipers leaves the Soviets similarly behind. They actually don't really have any core infantry except for, at the moment, 1 conscript squad and their combat engineers. So they don't really have any general infantry, just team weapons and snipers. And as a result, I think their capping power is suffering a little bit. They've sent just about everything they have over there to the right side, and these Volksgrenadiers from Easy have already made it all the way down here to the cutoff. And Lethal Pie's Pioneer Squad could probably go down here to the other cutoff totally unopposed. As of right now, anyway. So these Soviets are dedicating probably a little too much resources to this tiny little spot here on the map, on the right side. Wow, there's a field gun on the field as well. So both sides have gotten anti-tank just really early, before even the 5-minute mark, when there are no vehicles on the field whatsoever. I guess it's possible he thought he was going to be up against a Kubelwagen, but he's not. I think both of these teams are kind of defending themselves against light vehicle play, but neither team is actually intending to use light vehicle play. Especially since we will see battle group headquarters here from Easy, so no mechanized regiment headquarters, no Puma, no flag half track, no Kubelwagen. Boomerang some conscripts across the road. sustains almost no damage in the charge, actually. And he probably will be able to force those Folks Grenadiers away. Maxim's setting up here. Oh! Nice mortar right there. Oh, geez. Followed up by a devastating sniper volley. Forces away that Panzerschreck squad. We also have Demo Charge getting planted right there. That could be a nasty spot. I'm not sure if that's close enough to also destroy the building. It might be, though. Well, I guess we'll see when he detonates it. Maxim setting up here. It's a little bit low, though. I really think it's unlikely that it'll win this fight. Grenadiers and mortar there will almost certainly be able to push it back. Combat Engineers trying to capture this munitions point in the heat of things, but they're taking too much damage. Maxim's about to go down, too. This mortar's getting flanked by those Folks Grenadiers. It's actually doing quite nicely. It actually clears the enemy mortar. Very nice. Folks Grenadiers are firing on it, and the field gun has actually rotated to fire on Grenadiers in the house over here. Maybe he's thinking about using the high explosive barrage. Ooh, the retreat bug just happened to that machine gun, and it was not able to get away. As a result, it looks like did a grenade go off on this thing? No, it's just taking a lot of small arms fire. Folks Grenadiers are actually taking up a position in the house over here, but the snipers are moving back to support. First shot misses, though. I think they both fired and both missed on those Folks Grenadiers, and the mortar's just taking heavy damage. He really needs to get that out of there. He was trying to use it to barrage this house, but unfortunately they haven't really been forced out at all, and now the mortar's being forced to retreat. Maxim also has not turned around. Snipers trying to continue firing, but more Folks Grenadiers are moving up to support, and they're outside of the arc of fire here. Oh, nice rifle grenade and Folks Grenadier grenade from both directions. Look at that, forcing that Maxim to retreat, but those Grenadiers are probably going to have to retreat as well. They're only one AT gun snipe away from being in pretty serious trouble. Folks Grenadiers do circle around to try and clear out this AT gun, but since it's a 5-man team, it's just going to take forever to do, honestly. Snipers also circling around, trying to support. They could wipe that Grenadier squad if it gets out of position, and they'll bring this Folks Grenadier squad potentially down to 1 man. Shock troops also hitting the field, so that's pretty much GG right there for that engagement. Those Folks Grenadiers, as soon as they see that, and Grenadiers have to get out of there. They know they're not going to be able to inflict any more damage than they already have. I think they should be pretty satisfied with that engagement, though. Inflicting pretty heavy losses and taking very few in return, thanks to some good positioning dodging those snipers. Panzer Fusiliers hitting the field from Easy, so we will have a doctrine selection from him. We also, of course, have counterattack tactics from Koople Jesus, and mechanized armor, or whatever it's called with the ISU. Somebody tell me what this doctrine is actually called, because I get the name wrong every time. With the ISU and the guards and mark target. Big engagement happening here. Shock troops are definitely not going to be able to win that. Panzer Grenadiers set up in green cover will just shred them to pieces if they try and charge. Shock troops are forced away. Nice. LMG Gren's getting pinned here. And they're going to get cut down. The others are suppressed. Nice flank here by these Panzer Grenadiers, though. Ooh, that's going to bug out the retreat because they died to mortar fire while retreating and then cleared by the Panzer Grenadiers. Ouch, that Maxim retreat bug is really hurting this tier 2 strategy. Snipers get caught just super out of position by Panzer Grenadiers. He's trying to chase, and the sniper does go down. The other sniper retreated a while ago. And we'll be fine. Still, that Panzer Grenadier squad is just doing really nicely on the flanks of these Soviet team weapons. Really nice use of those Panzer Grenadiers. The Grenadiers are going to have to fall back for healing, though. Meanwhile, over here, we've got a bit of a push by some conscripts. There's actually an S-mine field right there. Trying to fight with an S-mine field on your potential retreat path can be deadly, but it looks like they're actually going to retreat the long way around. So that's good. It's very fortunate. If they tried to retreat through that, he would definitely risk some squad wipes. Panzer Grenadiers have already got 14 kills. Throwing a bundle grenade now at this 17 now at this Maxim. It looks like he will finally be forced to retreat, though. Hitting Vet 2 in his very first engagement. So wow, what a great use of that squad. Had like a really dramatic impact on the battlefield as soon as it came out, and that's rare for an infantry squad to be able to do that. Usually shock troops are the only other squad that are able to have such a dramatic impact if you get them out early. But those Panzer Grenadiers just tore through the enemy team weapons really nicely, and that's what happens, I think, when you don't have any core infantry. If you don't have screening troops, like a few more conscripts or a few more shocks in position, then Panzer Grenadiers and stuff like that can just sort of walk all over you if you don't have team weapons set up in proper positions. Looks like the things have kind of cooled down again on rails and metal, which tends to happen. Axis is recovering a little bit, recuperating here at the battle group headquarters, set up in a very conservative position. He's actually put it basically right in front of his teammates' base, so it's pretty obvious that they're not really intending to fight all that hard for this particular flank. In fact, it's already been wired off by the Soviets here. And they're instead going to just fight primarily from the middle and left, grouping their forces together, and I think that's, as Axis, certainly the way to go. Allies, on the other hand, might benefit from spreading themselves out, grabbing some territory over here, trying to sweep up some mines. But unfortunately, they're just kind of smashing themselves together. Oh, that was a nice high explosive barrage, though, wiping out this Panzer Shrek squad. Ouch. Oh, and the shock troops recover the Panzer Shrek! Those Fusiliers, I think they were going for it, but the shock troops made it first. Oh no, shock troops with the Panzer Shrek are probably one of the most potentially dangerous infantry squads in the entire game. Ooh, that Maxim suffers from the retreat bug again, even in enemy hands, and the Soviets will be able to recover it. Maxim setting up to fire on those Fusiliers. The AT gun actually is blowing up their cover. Maxim attempt at recovery is going to fail from these Panzer Grenadiers, which are now up to 19 kills. Conscripts that made the attempt also have to retreat. Meanwhile, Kubel Jesus has still got a pretty heavy force here, but I don't think he's going to be able to fend off this much infantry. This flamethrower doing what it can to this Volksgrenadier squad. They actually recover one of the guard rifles PTRSs. This Maxim's about to go down. There it goes, and there's Panzer Grenadiers are going to follow up with just more carnage on these team weapons, wiping out that AT gun. Shock troops are moving up to screen, though. Those Panzer Grenadiers have to pull back. They're so close to clearing out that AT weapon, but unfortunately they have to run away. Oh, jeez, that sniper. So close to dying, but see the importance of screening troops. See the immense importance of screening troops. Those shock troops just saved an AT gun and a sniper. Oh, well, maybe. They almost saved the sniper. It's not their fault that the retreat path was so deadly. That Grenadier squad, he's satisfied with killing that sniper and he's retreating that. These ones in the house are about to get Molotov'd, I think. He ejects, very nice dodge, gets out just in time. He still has two double vet squads in this area trying to inflict damage, trying to keep his opponent busy. Lots of G43s being purchased by Easy here. Not necessarily so much munitions being spent on Panzer Shreks. In fact, his only Panzer Shrek squad is dead. So he spent 180 on G43s. So he's countering that shock troop strategy hard. He knows against double Soviets there's not going to be any light vehicles that soon. They didn't even make a scout car, and he does have this safety net here in this Rakettenwerfer. So instead of spending all those munitions on Panzer Shreks, I see him just spending it all on G43s, countering the shock troop strategy, and I like it a lot, and guard rifles. So getting lots of anti-infantry to counter exactly what his opponents are doing, and I think that's a really smart play. Grenadiers need to get out of there, though. Taking heavy damage. Fortunately, these shock troops are not going to be able to do much at range. Meanwhile, the Volksgrenadiers with the PTRS doing what they can against shock troops in the house, and these shock troops can't really do much at this range. It's a little bit too long for them. Maxim set up to fire on those guards. He's going to keep that at bay. Ooh, nice grenade, almost wiping that shock troop squad, but a T-34 hits the field, potentially wiping out that machine gun. Oh, it kind of messed up his pathing a little bit there. It just did a backwards 3-point turn. Ouch. And so he's not really going to be able to chase. Waiting for his infantry to catch up anyway. Probably good. Doesn't want to go in too hard, but unfortunately that T-34's entrance was not particularly dramatic. Ooh, Katyusha also firing, so that will be tier 4. The hand has been played, went straight into a Katyusha, and it looks like this is a pretty popular thing to do, going tier 4 when you go counterattack tactics to supplement your indirect fire. Not only do you have a Katyusha, but you also have a B4, and then it requires less coordination with your teammate to bomb priority targets simultaneously. So you kind of have one person on indirect fire duty the entire game, and the other person sort of managing the front line with his medium armor here, going tier 3, bridging the gap to his ISUs. So this combo of counterattack tactics and ISUs has been really popular, and we've seen it succeed and we've seen it fail. So we'll see if it works out for these players this game. Grenade goes out on these guard rifles, doesn't quite work. Folks Grenadiers are holed up in the trench, but they're not going to last long against this much elite infantry. Ooh, another counter grenade. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much. I think I read somewhere that guards actually have one of the longest grenade animations in addition to one of the longest grenade timers, so it's actually quite difficult to hit anything with a guard rifle grenade. That being said, I believe I also read that it has a larger explosion radius, so it's kind of a trade-off. Not as strong as a bundle grenade, but still stronger than a Folks Grenadier grenade, for example. But I think that a shorter fuse time is actually much more beneficial than a large explosion radius, because especially at tournament level play, especially since you're playing against people who are going to know how to dodge grenades, and giving them more reaction time is much more important than just having a larger blast radius, which is what makes the Folks Grenadier grenades so good, because it has the shortest fuse in the game. It's actually just as short as a paratrooper pineapple grenade. In fact, shorter, I think, than a paratrooper grenade. And they have the shortest throwing animation in the game of only 0.25 multiplier or whatever, whereas every other squad in the game has a multiplier of 0.62. And I'm not really a stats guy, so I don't know like how many frames or seconds that translates into, but just to kind of give you a sense of perspective, the Folks Grenadier grenade is just extremely fast right now. Shock troops setting up in cover. Unfortunately, they're in an awkward situation here where if they charge, they'll get cut down, but if they stay at range, they won't survive either. Looks like Easy just has them out-blobbed, and unfortunately, there's really no machine gun fire in the area to suppress this massive G43 blob with Storm Officer support. And those shock troops are going to be forced away. It's unfortunate that the T-34 is not moving to support in this engagement because there's almost no anti-tank in this blob at all. Grenades being thrown. This demo charge went off. I wonder if it got anything. I didn't catch it. Panzer Grenadiers are now Vet 3. Lethal Pie transitioning them out of an anti-infantry role into an anti-tank role. Looks like they're doing it really well too, even at max range. Look at those awesome shots. Damaged engine on the T-34. It looks like he's thinking about chasing, but I don't know if that's going to work out. He could lose the entire squad just rounding the corner. Here it comes. Oh, he's actually getting inside that little shed. Boom, there goes the T-34. I think that was a risky move, but fortunately the T-34 didn't fire on him. Now I think he should get out of there, though. Molotov going in. And he will make it to safety. Katyusha also firing on the Panzer Fusiliers here. Looks like it was a little too far to the right, though, and he does make it through. Unfortunately, that Katyusha was not able to punish this blob. B4, however, has been constructed. Won't certainly be able to do anything at this extremely short range, but Easy as Pie are just pushing these Soviet players so hard. I think that B4 just fired, but I'm not sure where. Oh, nope, it's firing now. Wow, it can actually fire a really short range. I didn't realize it could fire such a short range shot. So much for that squad. So, wow, Storm Officer just went down too. Ouch, that B4 just punished that blob in ways that the Katyusha just couldn't. Still, if we take a look at Easy's army, we will see he's got Wow, already a new Sturmoffizier. He replaced that without a second thought, and then he does actually have a massive amount of resources in the bank as well. Which just goes to show how incredibly cost-effective this strategy is. Panzer Fusiliers are dirt cheap. Oh wow, there's a Tiger in the enemy base. That's bad news. That's very bad news for that Katyusha. I don't think that the Soviets really have an effective counter for that. Oh geez, nasty shot goes off on that B4. There is a Panzerschreck shooting at the Tiger's rear armor, but nothing that the Soviets can do against this, and that's GG. Well played, and they will surrender. Look at that. Okay. Well, that was a good game. We're off to a good start, and without further ado, we'll get right into game number 2.